Hello and welcome to the 2023 Hart Women's Volleyball Media Day. I'm your host, Courtney Jackson. Next, we're excited to be joined by Culver-Stockton College head coach Levi Polarize and Abby Godwin. Coach, how are things going in Canton today?
It's good. We had just had our first scrimmage here recently, and we've been in the gym for about a week and a half now, and we're working to get the freshmen on the same page and just working on getting little things taken care of. But it's gone smoothly so far, and we're excited where we're at.
Good. Well, you had a solid first season for you being year one leading the program as the team went 19-9 overall, 11-8 in the Hart. How do you hope the team builds from that this season?
Yeah, I think, we understand the season that we had last year. We understand what we lost, and, we lost quite a bit. We had 6 seniors graduate. We lost about 70% of our offense through the pins. And so it's going to be, finding those ways to get kills. I think offensively, that's where we're trying to figure some things out, and we're trying to make sure that we're ready to go that way. But we're excited about where we're headed, and we're excited about what we can do. I think with this group, we're just really talking about the ways that we're progressing day to day and what we have to do to get to that next day and continue to build on the success we had last year.
Well, tell us about Abby. What does she mean to the team?
Yeah, so Abby, this will be her 3rd year as a varsity outside. Last year we lost our O1 Madison, so she's kind of stepping into that O1 role this year. She's going to take lots of reps on the outside. She's going to, hopefully play some 6 rotations, be in the back row for us, play some defense, and kind of do it all. We've talked to her for the past 2 years about she's got the talent and the ability to do it, and she put in a lot of work this summer and really has improved, and we've seen that coming in this first week. So we're excited to see what she's going to be able to accomplish and kind of lead our team offensively there on the outside. So she's got a lot of talent, and we're excited for her.
Well, Abby, how do you take on that new leadership role, as well as adjust to some of the rotations you may be put in?
It's a big adjustment for sure. The leadership role, I've been told for the past 2 years that it's eventually going to be my turn, my turn, my turn. And so I'm just kind of taking it day by day. I'm having fun every single practice, high energy. And it's just going to be about adjusting, and how he wants things done is how I'm going to do them. And it'll just take a lot of adjusting.
Yeah. And tell me, outside of volleyball, what's your major? What are some future career plans you have? What does life after volleyball look like for you?
So I am a criminal justice major with a minor in child advocacy, and I am planning on working either with children in the court or being a police officer.
Okay. And how have you enjoyed your time at Culver-Stockton? How have they helped prepare you for your life after graduation?
Culver-Stockton is an amazing college. It's very small, so everybody is very inclusive. They make sure that all the campus events are very inclusive for everybody to go to. The teachers really treat you, they don't see a number, they don't see a jersey, they see you as a person, and then they see you on the court. And that's probably the biggest decision and why I came here, is because you're not just a number, you're not just an athlete, you're a student, you're an athlete, you're a sorority member, you're all these things.
And Abby, what is this team like off the court? Is it a fun group to be around? How are you guys getting to know each other?
It's a really fun group to be around. We all kind of have different personalities, and they all mesh pretty well together. We're all just a bunch of goofballs. We all just have fun. We kind of just let things go. And it's just a really fun group to be around this season.
And Coach, you touched on lost some players, lots of new faces that we're going to be looking at this season. How many returners do you have back from last year?
Yeah, as far as who saw varsity court time, we've got probably 3 or 4 that saw some significant time. So we're going to be young, experience wise, maybe not young age wise. So it's just getting some people on step to be ready to take some reps on that varsity court and to compete on that level. We've gotten a lot of success with that development group, our reserves team, through the last couple of years, and some of those players that have been there for 2 years are now stepping into roles on varsity. And so I think it's going to take us a little bit through the season to work out some of those kinks, but I wholeheartedly believe this group is going to be playing their best volleyball by the end of the season, and those last 2 weeks in October could be really, really fun. So on top of those returners, we've got 7 freshmen coming in that, more than some other years, they came on ready to compete. They got a lot of energy, and they're excited about getting better. And so they've pushed everybody from day one coming in. So they've got a lot of potential, and they're going to see a lot of court time too. It's just a matter of making sure that everybody is working towards the same goal. Everybody is on the same page. And we have some very specific goals that we're reaching every day in practice, every week in practice. And then once we start those games, and we'll just see where we go.
And Abby, what kind of advice are you giving to the incoming players and players who are now playing varsity for the first time when it comes to competing at the high level the Heart America Conference is?
Yeah, I'm just they're kind of coming to me and they're a little stressed out. They're like, this is going to be a tough conference. Like, these hitters are big. And I'm like, you just got to go out and play your game. The freshmen, I'm not worried about them. They came in hot and ready to go from day one. They showed no signs of nerves. They showed no signs of nervousness. So I'm just giving them the best advice is just kind of play your game. Don't try to play to the level that we're playing against or play down to the level we're playing against.
Yeah. And Coach, what was your first impression of the Heart Conference in year one?
Yeah, so my first year here, I was the assistant for both the men's and the women's team. So I got a year under my belt in that kind of capacity before I stepped into this head role. I think you ask any of the coaches in the conference, they'll say the same thing. It's one of the most competitive conferences in NAIA. The top half is stacked with teams that are going to go and compete at nationals, and the rest of the conference is right there with them. And every night we go into a place and we got to show up. Just to even compete, let alone win. You got to show up and you got to be ready to execute your game plan. You got to know the other team's tendencies, know how to play against that, and be ready to make adjustments mid-game, because every single team we see, they're going to throw stuff at us, and they're going to change stuff mid-game like we will. And it's just a matter of how prepared you are and what you're going to accomplish night to night. But overall, it's a wonderful conference to be a part of. It's great volleyball to see every single week, and every team in this conference does a great job of putting up competitive teams and being ready to battle.
Yes, and Coach, a lot of talk about preparation right now. What are some goals that you have long-term for this team? Some ways that you plan to help stay consistent through a long season, and just keep an eye on making sure that your team goals are set high and reaching them.
Yeah, I think our biggest thing for our team right now is going to be consistency. We've shown flashes through preseason of being able to be really good. We've had times where it's sloppy and it's a hot mess, and making sure that we're consistent in not only the skills that we're performing, but what are the goals in each play? What's the goal for this set? What's the goal for this game? And really making sure that we've got eyes on those goals and that we're doing what we need to physically and mentally to be checked in and get those goals accomplished. So right now it's day to day. What's our goal for tomorrow? What's our goal for the next day? Long term, obviously, win as much as possible. But we're just going to take it game by game, and as long as we can continue to improve every day, just a little bit, and continue to grow, then we'll be right where we want to be by the end of the season.
All right. Well, Coach Abby, thank you so much for your time, and good luck this season.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for having us.